All right, welcome to Safe Park Golf Podcast. I'm Dominic. Derek is not here. He's got some mouth stuff going on. And for once in my life, it's not my fault that Derek's not here. It's never really been my fault, but like the running thing is he gets annoyed by me and has to take a week off. But we're joined by Jimmy from Tropicana Golf today. So,
Hello,
Jimmy,
sir.
thanks for joining us. I know Derek's super bummed. Derek's a huge fan of Tropicana and what you guys are doing. He was
Does that
doing
mean
his
that
best.
you're not? Is that what that means?
He's been following you guys a little bit longer. He's had more interest in it. I have been following you guys and I am interested, but he's just been doing it longer.
Okay.
So he's a
So I'll
huge
take that as
fan.
a yes. He's more interested than you. I got it. My goal
I
today
think
is to captivate you and make you more interested than him, sir.
I think what you're doing is super interesting and I'm excited to learn about it because after the conversation I had with Thick, I'm I'm all ears. So
A ghoul.
anyways, we're here with Jimmy from Tropicana. If you don't know what Tropicana Golf is, they are, I don't want to say California's premier golf league or golf club
I'll tell you what we are, bro. We're a gang.
gang.
That's what we're but in a sense where we're not robbing liquor stores. Well, I mean, some of the guys probably still do, but it's a golf gang. Like we are, some people are like, oh, we're family and we're brother. We're a gang, bro. It's like we show up places and it's just the most fun. It's the most fun I've ever had, probably ever. Like consistently. Like last night, we have a night skins game. It's called Monday Night Mayhem. And we get 35, 40, sometimes 50 guys that go. It's a short little par three course. There's 50 guys out there. Everybody's walking, drinking. It's under the lights. It's absolutely fabulous. And you have this just bond with the people that are there, and you see them over and over and over because we do so much that it's this cool, like, hey, you're my new friend, and like I'm gonna roast you, I'm gonna congratulate you, I'm pulling for you, I got your back. So like it's something special for sure. And then we go eat afterward and we're laughing, and it's a gang, dude. It's just minus the gang activity. It's a country club gang.
Yeah, I kind of got that feeling after Thick was talking. Um, and I like that you guys are affordable. You know, it's 13.99 for the monthly membership.
Right.
And it looks like you have two different charter gangs, whatever, right? The- there's one in LA and then there's one in Vegas.
Right. Yeah, they're separate entities. It's separate but equal. We are all under the same umbrella. We're all under the USGA. So you, for the $13.99 a month, you get your USGA GIN number so you can track your handicap. You're allowed to play in Tropicana events. You're invited to play in Tropicana events. You can play in SCGA, USGA events. And you get all the discounts that the SCGA offers, that Tropicana offers. You get to play private country clubs. So when you are a member, you get perks there in Vegas. You get perks here. It's all under the same umbrella. I just split it up so that I know who's from Vegas and who's from LA. But people come and go. Like they live here, they go to Vegas for vacation or whatever that is, and they associate with the guys out there and vice versa. It's really something. But we just started that a month ago. We got about 25 guys, and I got two really good dudes, Chris Torres and Kevin Nahani, out there just kind of wrangling everybody, because obviously I live here in California, so I need liaisons out there, and those two dudes are fabulous. So we're rolling that ball right now, and it's getting going fast.
Would you ever do like LA versus Vegas? Like that'd be kind of like a fun event.
Well, we don't do verses. What we do have is what's called Battle of California, and I'm sure you've heard of Battle of California. It's Northern California, which is its own separate entity. They have their own club, and we were meeting. I don't know if I should say this yet. I'm going to say it. We were meeting at La Purisima in Lompoc, which is, I don't know, somewhere up there. I as soon as you get past like Studio City, for me, everything's Northern California. I don't know anything out there. So it's up there somewhere. And it's a great course, and it's marvelous. I mean, we have a great time. So Northern California comes down to play against Southern California. and there's a rivalry there, but it's becoming very difficult for Northern California golfers that live way up there to drive down. And if they want to fly, they got to fly to LAX and then go to La P. So it's a whole thing. So we've decided that in 2024, we're going to move it to Vegas. So now we're going to have Northern California versus Southern California in Las Vegas, probably hundreds of people because it's a big territory. We can have a big event. And that's the battles that we do. We're not doing inter squad battles. We have monthly tournaments where the guys battle against each other. Essentially, they got to win the tournament. But I don't go Vegas versus SoCal. I mean, it's too big for that. I have 550 guys here and 25 over there. Like, what am I going to do?
Right.
It's not on even playing grounds right now.
So how did this start? And how does the Barbershop come into this? Because it's Tropicana Golf and Barbershop, correct?
Yeah. And it looks like you haven't visited a barbershop since I started this company.
When did you start it?
2018.
I have definitely visited a barbershop since then.
Were they open?
Yes. I've actually never been like a barbershop. I usually go to I have a lady who does it, who does my hair anyways. It's been, I got it cut. Oh, it's been over a year because I had to get it like look nice. I was the best man at my friend's wedding.
Nice.
So I had to make it look a little bit nicer.
You look kind of like, you're like metal, but then you have the glasses, which kind of like brings it down to like computer metal. You know what I mean? Like, I like that.
Do you watch baseball at all?
Yeah.
I kind of feel like I look a little bit like
Justin Turner.
No, what's his name on the field? He's Brandon Marsh.
Okay.
Yeah, he's got a little bit more of a beard though, and stick straight hair. Mine's a little bit more wavy. Justin Turner's pretty good though. He's still playing pretty good.
I can see Justin Turner. I mean, if you kind of like, put it back and trimmed it up and the glasses and whatever. But so anyway, if you ever want to do like a transformation of your style, come down. I'll take care of it. We'll film it. It'll be great. We'll talk about it. I think that'd be awesome. So in 2018, I opened a barbershop. I had been going to a barber that I absolutely loved. I really loved the guy. I hated the shop. The shop was loud. They had like movies going and radio going, and it was louder than shit. And like, it was miserable. Like, I wanted to relax and just like calm down, get my hair cut. But the TVs are blasting, and then the radio's trying to keep up with the TVs. So I was like, I can't do this anymore. I wasn't going to try to fix his establishment. So I just said, I'm going to open my own barbershop. So I opened my own barbershop. I knew nothing about, I'm not a barber. I don't know how to be a barber. I know nothing about barbery, except that it's a beautiful art. So I just said, I'm just going to do it. I'm going to open the doors. I leased this location. I said, whatever, I'm going to try it. If it doesn't work, hey man, I tried. So in 2018, I opened it, and it's a big space. So on one side, I have 3 barber chairs. It's a traditional barber shop. On the other side, I was like, I got room. What should I do? So a buddy of mine built a golf simulator in the space, and we would just hang out in there and hit balls and like bring beer. And then I was like, this could really be something. So I proceeded to really dive into half barbershop, half golf shop. I still have the simulator in there. I got a little putting green. I got golf apparel, and that thing just runs itself now. And what's the craziest part is I have no involvement in there really, except that I essentially in the beginning set the tone of everything that I wanted. And it was the complete opposite of what I had. So I said, these are the parameters that you guys, the barbers, need to stay within. I don't want loud music. I don't want any TVs in here. I want people to speak to each other and communicate and, have an environment, a positive environment of, hey, how are you doing today? Because I didn't have that and I wanted that. So I said, other than that, do whatever you want, because I have no idea how to do this. And they're marvelous. I mean, we've won San Gabriel Valley best barbershop of the year 3 years in a row, which is a good feat considering the fact that it kind of runs itself. There's 3 guys in charge of somebody else's business. I trust them completely. I don't bother them. I don't tell them if they need something, they tell me, I get it for them, but I don't step in and say, hey, do it like this or do it like that. I don't take their clients because I'm not a barber. So I think that's a big thing, is that I'm away from it. I just set the parameters and forget it, and they handle it. So that's how that started. Excuse me. That's how that started. And during COVID, the SCGA called me. Actually, Will Mayo from Rams Hill. Are you a golfer? You know anything about this? Kind of?
Yeah, but we're in Minnesota, so it's very like you saying names. I don't know anything about it.
Okay.
You saying California cities. I'm like, I no idea.
Good. That's how I feel when you say something in Minnesota, but it's the same thing. But have you heard of Rams Hill in Borrego Springs? No,
No.
It's a golf course. It's a marvelous golf course. Top 20 in probably the United States. Anyway, the guy that runs Rams Hill called me and said, listen, I think what you should do is start a golf club. And I was like, dude, it's COVID. Like the freaking courses aren't even open. It's like this whole rigmarole just to go play. And you got to have the pool noodles and the groups of 2 and no carts. And he's like, do it. I think it's going to work. So I said, okay, I'm going to start a club. And I didn't know anything about it. I had no idea. And I think that's why essentially in the big picture, this has worked, because I copied nobody. I didn't know anything about a club. I had no clue. I had no idea as to what you're supposed to do. So again, the same thing with the barbershop. I had no idea what I'm supposed to be doing. So I did it the way that I thought, or what I wanted. I wanted a place where I could go play golf and meet new people and play with more people. I had 3 guys that I played golf with over and over and over. One guy had a family, the other guy had a job, and the other guy was a drunk. So I was like, dude, I can't get a hold of these guys. I want to play more, and I don't want to play by myself. So I was like, fine, I'll take a shot and see, maybe some guys will sign up. And it was boom, 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 boom. Like I just put up some Instagram things and promoted it, and the SCGA promoted it. And before you knew it, I had 100 guys in a month, and I was like, oh, holy shit. Like, okay. And then the next month I had 200, and I was like, oh my God, like I got to like pay attention to this, and I had a full-time job and the whole thing. So like I started focusing on this club, and I just built it into a way and into an environment that I wanted. I wanted to be able to communicate to somebody, I want to go play golf tomorrow. Is anybody interested? And that's what worked. And people really liked that. So that's how the club came to be. And then from there, it's just evolving every day. There's something new every day. There's somebody new every day. And it's been phenomenal. I mean, I don't know. I'm steering the ship with literally no direction. I'm just going full speed, and I go, what would I want to do? If I lived in Las Vegas, what would I want to do? If I lived in California, what would I want to do? Where would I want to go? Where would I want to play? What tournaments would I like to play in? I'm not very good, but I am very good. And there's people that are worse, and there's people that are better. How can I fit in this space? So I put myself in the middle and just built this giant wall around me and brought everybody inside. And it's crushing, man. Like I'm just excited for myself, because now I have so many guys to play golf with. I don't give a shit about anything else. I built this so that I had more people to play golf with, and it's worked. And from there, the numbers game, the money game, all that other shit, I set out to have more people to play golf with. I can call anybody at any time. Just right now, before we got on this, a buddy called me and said, I need 2 for tomorrow, or I need 2 people for Friday for a tournament. Who do you got? Boom. Dialed them right in. 2 of our stud guys. And that's a great thing for me. Like I wanted that, and now I have it. So that's very important for me.
No, that's super cool. So can you kind of walk me through what happens when I sign up? So I sign up. How do I contact everybody? Is
So
there
here's what happens. You go to our website, tropicanagolfshop.com, and there's 2 options, either LA or Las Vegas. You pick your city, you sign up. you put your information, your name, your email address, your phone number. We get an email and it says this person has signed up for a membership. From there, we input you into the SCGA USGA records. It generates a GIN number. You know what a GIN number is? GIN number? It's kind of like a social security number for golf.
Yeah.
So you use that number, and then you log into this software every single time you play. You input your score using that number, and from there, it starts generating a handicap for you, 5.5, 6.5, 8, whatever your handicap is. It generates a handicap, and that's the number that you use at our tournaments. Now, I send out a weekly email every Monday. Hey, guys, this is what's going on this week. Got it. I have this game on Monday. We have this game on Wednesday. We have this event on Friday. Sunday's this. So that's on my end. Now, if you are a member of the club, you've just signed up, I also send you in that welcome email a link to our private Facebook page. And on that Facebook page, you go on there and say, hey, everybody, I want to play tomorrow at 2:30 at San Dimas Canyon Golf Course. Is there anybody interested? Boom, this guy's on it. Boom, this guy's on it. Now I have a foursome filled in 5 minutes. And, people have different schedules. Some guys work days, some guys work nights, some work weekdays, weekends, whatever the hell it is. There's always somebody that is available at your time, and they will fill, your spot. So that's how you communicate, is through the Facebook group, and you have to be a member in order to get into the Facebook group. But the weekly emails is where I describe everything that's going on for the week and possibly the month, if it's, of super importance.
So of those, like 3 days you said, how many of those do you plan? Like, how many Tropicana events are there a year?
Okay, for instance, this week, today's Tuesday. So yes. Monday, let's go back to Sunday. Let's go Sunday to Sunday. So Sunday, we had a match play finale, okay? We set up this bracket. Stephen Smith and Bruce Martin set up this bracket of 64 guys. They pay to get in, and it's NCAA style, where you keep playing until the finale, okay? So we had our finale on Sunday. So guys come out, they walk in the gallery, they watch the finale. That's Sunday. Last night, Monday, we had the Monday Night Mayhem at Arcadia Par 3. Guys come out and they play that. So that's in the email. Then this Friday morning, we have a skins game on Friday. Every Friday at Villa Verde Country Club, we play the back nine. We play this cool little putting game. So that's in the email as well. And then I send the link to sign up for the current tournament that is coming up May 21st. So you always get a breakdown of 7 to 10 days of events. If Vegas is going on, if there's going something there, that will be in there. So you get a 7-day breakdown. And usually there's about 4 events per week. So 4 times 4, 16 events. And that's 16 Tropicana events, not considering the ones that go on the Facebook group and go, hey, man, I want to play at 3:00 today. Who's interested? So between 16 and 20 events per month that are hosted by either myself, or now we have like Michael Gonzalez and the Vegas guys, other Tropicana liaisons that host their own events, proper Tropicana events. So between 16 and 20 per month.
And then do you have to play so many of those to keep your membership type thing? Or is it just kind of like
you don't have to play
what
at all.
You want?
There's a guy, I was just looking at the list today, and he was, I think, my 5th sign up. I'm not going to say his name because I don't want to be a jerk, but I've never met the guy. He's never come once. Never responded to an email, never been to an event, never sent anything back to me, never tagged me on Instagram, nothing, never missed a payment, okay, but has never, ever associated. And it could just be that he wants just to keep his handicap because he plays in other events. I don't know. I have no idea. And that's not my business. He pays for it. It's his. So that's his prerogative. But there are guys that come to every single event. There are guys that come to one a month. There are guys that come to one a year. So there's no minimum. What's good about our tournaments is, some of these clubs and memberships and all this, they make you like rack up points. Like, oh, you won a tournament, you get 400 points. And then the next one, you get 300 points if you win or you come. I don't know. It's like this point system. Well, that doesn't work, man. Like people have families, people have kids, they have events. Like you can't go to every event. I get it. So with our tournaments, if you go and you win something right then and there. Like it's a done deal. You win a trip to the finale, you win cash, whatever it is, you win that day. And if you can't come back for 2 months or 6 months or 2 years, it's fine, but at least you won a tournament, you deserve something that day, not points that you can redeem later in your final cup, whatever that whatever that system is. I don't know that, but what I'm saying is you don't have to be present all the time. You can come when you can, and when you can't, you can't, and that's fine. I get it. People have schedules, and we're accommodating for that.
I like that because I've seen it to where it's like, yeah, you win, you get X amount, second place is X amount, and you're like, it really caters to the people who are available
Yeah,
constantly and
sure.
consistently. And
Yeah, it's nonsense, and that's how they do it in the pros. You know why? Because they have to be there. They're getting millions of dollars to be there. Homie that works 5 days a week, and then his wife is bitching at him because he can't go every time. And I get that. I understand that. And I don't want you to feel like, oh my God, I gotta go. I gotta get the points. Dude, come when you can. And if you can't, you can't. I get it. I don't believe in that system. They're pros, we're not. Like, have a little fun. Put recreational back into recreational golf. I mean, come on. Like, it doesn't make any sense to me. They're putting all this pressure on their guys, but good. Hey, let them do their thing. And when they realize it, then by then they'll be in our club anyway.
so is there some kind of like prize at the end of it then? Or is it just kind of you're a big group of guys who just like to play together constantly and
No, there's prizes. So let's go back to the beginning of January. And this is hypothetical, and not hypothetical. This is a real deal, but this is how it happens every single time. But I'll go back to January and I'll give you a 3-month breakdown so you can see exactly how it works. We had a tournament in January, we had a tournament in February, and we had a tournament in March. We have 3 winners per tournament: high handicap, low handicap, mid handicap. Okay. So we have 3 tournaments, 3 winners per tournament. So that's 3, 6,
9.
9 winners, January, February, March. Those 9 winners get an all expense paid trip to Vegas for the finale. Okay. The finale we pay for. Tropicana pays for. We pay for your housing. We pay for your food. We bring in a chef. Chef Baker comes, makes these guys elaborate, delicious meals. We have drinks at the house. We pay for your Airbnb. We pay for your golf. You come, you play in the finale. And if you win the finale, you are the Winter Series champion. Okay. So that's what you win, is the trip, the experience. And to me, that's better than getting a $500 check. I mean, this trip is probably $2,000 per person.
Mm-hmm.
A $500 check, and hey, see you later. To me, that is important. We've gone to Vegas, we've gone to Rams Hill, we've gone to San Diego, we've gone up north to Satakoy Club. I mean, we change up the finale every single time, and everything's included. So all you have to do is win a tournament. It's really, really exciting and really fun. This particular series that we have going on right now, which was April, May, and then June, I got a lot of requests for cash. They want cash. They want to win cash. To me, I don't want cash. I want to play for an experience. I want to go have fun with my boys for 3 days and play a different course and stay in a house and get away from society for a day. But listen, it's not my club. I'm just like the keyboard guy. And I listen to the guys because that's what they want. So I got multiple emails. We want to play for money. We want to play for money. We want to play. So I said, okay, fine. We'll play for money. So once again, April, May, and June, there's 3 winners per tournament, 3, 6,
9.
9 winners will compete in a finale in June for $2,000. So the winner will win $2,000, the winner of those 9 people. So that's what they wanted. So I give it to them, it's cool. Like, why not? We need to listen to the masses. So we'll be doing that. And then from there, we move on. We go back to Rams Hill, and we're going to La P. Like, it's a whole thing. We have a big finale planned. And to me, that's the best part. I mean, when we get those finales, and I think the guys wanted to play for money because they've never been on these finales. It's a real bonding experience. We get to be outside of our local environment all together, and it's great, man. And we have such a good time. But we're going to continue to do that. But this time, we're playing for money.
Well, and that's kind of the whole point of golf, right? Is, it's not necessarily the money, but it's the experience, it's the bonding, it's you and your boys, you and your wife, you and whoever.
Sure.
That's a big reason why we did our tournament out in California versus here. We can do anything here in Minnesota. We have done one in Minnesota. It's cool, it's local, give back, stuff like that. But we wanted to kind of get out of our comfort zone, kind of treat it as a trip. So we're like, well, why not do it in the Bay Area?
You guys are having a tournament. Okay, now I'm overwhelmed with stuff and I confuse stuff. So excuse me, but I think you guys are having a tournament called something. Is this the same thing? Like, what's it called?
Shindig with Odin.
Shindig. Okay,
yeah.
So this is you and Odin.
Yeah.
Okay, I wasn't invited to that. Just FYI, but I heard about this. I don't know. You're just having a tournament.
Basically, yeah.
Okay. You want to elaborate on that so maybe people will know?
Yeah. So, to my knowledge, yes, I think we have one foursome available, and it was supposed to actually go to a guy in Tropicana, but we couldn't get a group together, from what I was told.
They should probably let me know about this, and I would help you guys like fill the spots. But
sure, yeah, I was. That's all, Jordan. I'm just kind of like typing away on the podcast stuff.
Okay.
How many basically players? What was that?
How many players?
80. That's kind of the max we could do was 80. It's kind of, for Derek and I, it's really nice because it's intermediate amount of people, right? It's not like we're going to get overwhelmed, but it's not like a small group of like 20, it's kind of that happy medium for us where we've never really done anything.
Done it, 80 is a good number for sure.
Yeah, I'm pretty happy with 80. Even if we get 76, I'm pretty pumped with that. We're doing it at Shoreline in Mountain View, California.
No
Never
idea.
Been to I have no idea either. Never been there. I've never been to California.
Middle California. Do you have any idea?
Bay Area, about an hour south of San Francisco. Kind of more so San Jose.
Oh, that's way up there. Okay.
Oh, I have no idea. Somebody said that, and I was like, I don't know.
Yeah. Oh, that's probably why they didn't invite me. Thank you for not inviting me. I appreciate that. Told me the trip.
Oh yeah, somebody's like, yeah, it's like there, and I was like, well, how far is that? And like relation to things, and I googled it. I was like, holy smokes! Didn't realize how big California was.
Yeah, 8 hours. It's too far.
Yeah, Minnesota, you can get from like so like Derek and I kind of in the Minneapolis, kind of in the middle. We can get really anywhere in like 3 hours.
Okay.
We can go all the way. We can go all the way up north to Minnesota, 3 hours. We can go down south in like 6. Kind of, right in the middle.
Yeah, if you drive from Woodland Hills to Ontario on a Friday afternoon, it will take you 3 hours, and it's about 65 miles. So there you go. That's
rough. That's rough.
That's very rough. So, well, I wish you luck on that. I hope you do well. If you need anything from me, or if you need to fill that foursome and you have Tropicana guys that you need, I would gladly send information about it if someone would let me know about it. And if you ever do one in Southern California, I'd be happy to help you. And I know my guys would support. It'd have to be bigger than 80 people, but we will definitely support you.
Yeah, I know Thick is coming.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. That's a liability. You know that, right?
That's what I've heard. Again, that's all Jordan. That's what I've heard. I was like, really? He's coming? They're like, yeah. And I was like, oh no.
He's great, man. He shows up and he brings all his own alcohol. He brings cheese boards and meats and all kind of. He's great. I mean, he's something special. I mean, he
was telling me about the White Russians he was making people out of his golf cart at one point.
It's a mobile bar, bro. And the greatest part is he brags about how he has this technique of how he wraps the ice in 2 paper bags and then puts a towel around it, and nobody ever knows that it's back there, and he gets away from the marshals. What he doesn't realize is that he doesn't know that it's not a foolproof technique because after 4 holes, he's blasted or thick, as he says, and there's water just dripping down the back of the cart. He thinks he's got this great idea. And we go, look at Gabagool's cart, and it's just flooding down.
Jeez.
But he is Gabagool's like, he's an idiot savant. That's the best. He knows everything. You know, he'll tell you what to get at Jack in the Box, and he'll tell you how to fix his transmission. You know, like it's unbelievable. The guy has all this knowledge of everything, like what condiments to put on certain foods and how to make this. And it's like, dude, how do you know all this? But it's Gabagool, man. You're gonna have, if you've never met him, get ready for it, because you know you better have 2 pairs of underwear on. You know what I mean?
Bring spare clothes in the car and
all that. It's a big deal. He takes it very seriously.
I'm excited because he seems like such a character, but I've heard he's such a good guy. One thing I really wanted to touch on is obviously like all the Manolo stuff. That's how I learned about you guys. I saw some of his videos, and this was before he had blown up. And I was like, this is kind of cool. And this is back when the podcast would repost things on Instagram. And then I was like, I really don't want to do this because I'm not Derek. And I like, it wasn't my vibe to just repost videos constantly. That's how I found out about him. And I was like, he could teach me anything. Where did you find him? What's the story?
So I went to high school with a buddy of mine, who moved to San Diego and went to school. And then that guy went to study abroad in Spain. And, you know, he was there for like, I guess 6 months or however long. This was 20 years ago. I don't remember, but I think it's 6 months they go study abroad, or a semester, whatever the hell it is. He comes back. He's like, dude, you gotta meet this guy Manolo that I've been hanging out with over there. And they didn't have cell phones back then and this video shit and all that. Like, I didn't know about the guy until he got back. So I didn't know what was going on in Spain. So he comes back. He's like, dude, you got to meet this guy. It's unbelievable. We had so much fun. Blah, 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 blah. I was like, all right, dude, fucking calm down. You know, like, well, what do you want me to do? So time passes. 2 months pass. He goes, hey, my buddy that I've been telling you about, Manolo, he's coming. He's coming to the United States. I go, okay, what do you want me to do, bro? You want me to go pick the guy up at the airport? He's like, let's take him somewhere. I go, okay, well, what do you want from me? Where do you want to go? I was like, let's take him to Vegas. He goes, oh, yeah, perfect. So first day I meet Manolo, first day I meet Manolo, he comes with my friend to my house, and we're going to Vegas on a Saturday afternoon. Manolo shows up in a cutoff t-shirt, basketball shorts, and a bandana on his head with long hair. Not as long as yours, but almost as long. And I'm like, this is the guy that you've been bragging about for whatever. Like, what is this, bro? Like, what are we doing here? He gets in the car. He's like, come on, papi. Let's go to Las Vegas, man. So like, we're partying the whole way. We're having a good time. Everything's great. We're having a good time. And we get to the room, and we have a suite at MGM Grand. And Manolo unpacks his stuff very quickly and gets organized. And we're like, all right, you know, we're going to go gamble, and we're going to have some dinner. Then we're going to come back, and then we're going to shower, and then we're going to go to the club later. He's like, yeah, that's perfect. So we're hanging out in the room. He goes, hey, put on the TV. So we're watching some TV, and then the remote stops working. And you'll see where the story's going, but it's fabulous. So I go, okay, well, what do you want me to do, man? Like, the remote stopped working. Get up and change it. And he goes, I'm going to call the front desk. I go, okay. He picks up the phone. And this was so memorable to me, because it was in that instant that I go, this motherfucker's good, man. Like, he's fucking good. I just saw it, you know, I saw just beams of stardom. And he calls, and he picks up the phone. And he goes, hello, sweetie. He goes, I want to let you know that the clicker to the television is not working. And I'm just sitting there in awe. Wow, that's really good. Like, that's a fucking great delivery. He could have just been like, hi, my batteries are not working in my remote. So she goes, apparently the lady in the front says, okay, no problem. We'll send somebody in to give you a new remote.
Sure.
He goes, "Yes, sir. Thank you so much, sweetie. Do you want to come up? Do you want to maybe have a good time?" And she just hangs up the phone. So 5 minutes later, boom, there's the knock on the door with the remote. He goes, "Watch this." And I kid you not, he takes his shirt off. So now he's shirtless with a bandana and basketball shorts. He swings open the door and there's a guy standing there with the remote. He goes, "Hi, I've been waiting for you. My television is broken." And the guy says, like, he goes, "Do you want to maybe come in and watch some TV with me? Maybe some Jenny Jones, American television." The guy just shit. He's white. He turned around and walked away. He shuts the door. Set. I go, "Oh my God, that was great, dude. Like, fucking, that was a show that you just put on." He goes, "That's it. I gotta watch my TV." So long story short, at that moment, that's the last time I saw Manolo for that entire Vegas vacation. We showered, we left, we start walking to the nightclub. We're walking to the nightclub. My friend and I went this way. He just veered off. He just went, I guess. We turned around and he was gone. We go, fuck it. There's no cell phones at this point. I didn't have a phone to call him. I don't know where he is. He's a grown man. Let's go. Let's go on our way. We get into the nightclub. We're at Caesar's Palace. Everybody's partying. It's a great scene. We're like, doing our thing. 3 hours later, probably about 2:30 in the morning, we look over. There's Manolo in a VIP booth with Sammy Sosa and Tony Siragusa. Do you know Tony Siragusa? He's an ex-football player. I forgot. He played for multiple teams, but he's just a big fat guy. And he was also an NFL reporter, sideline reporter, the Goose. And I see him in the booth. I go, "Dude, there's Manolo in that booth." And we try to make our way over there. Couldn't get in. Like, bouncers and all this shit. I'm like, sure. Down, trying to get his attention. No chance. So we're there and we can't get him because he's facing the stage and we're behind him. And I'm like, trying, hoping that maybe he turns around. No dives. So we left it alone. We know that he's in there. We know that he's safe. We get to our hotel finally after partying all night. We pull in at about 4:30 in the morning into a limousine. We were walking into the hotel. And I see this door open up the limousine, and in goes Sammy Sosa, in goes Siragusa, in goes Manolo. And we go, "Manolo!" And he turns around and he goes, "I'll be back tomorrow, man." Never saw him again. No idea. Don't know how he got back. I still, to this day, I still haven't asked him. I don't know if he even knows. I don't know how he got back. He never stayed in our room. I don't know where he slept. I don't know how he got back to Los Angeles. I have no idea. And then he got on a flight, left all his shit in the room. We had to pack up all his shit, left all his shit in the room, and he flew back to Spain. And I didn't see him for about 4 years. And I get a phone call one day, and he's like, "Hey, Jimmy, I live in LA now." I go, "What the fuck? Really? Okay." He goes, "Let's play golf." I go, "Yeah, let's play golf, dude." So we get out there and, man, it was just fire. It never ended. And then it took me about 10 years to convince him, like, "Hey, let me film these tips." And then really when the club took off, I was like, "Bro, you could teach these guys a lot. Like, let me film you and we'll make little videos about you giving lessons." And that's what happened. He was the instructor to Tropicana guys only. We weren't making videos. We were just doing this just for Tropicana guys. And it took off. It just overnight. Literally overnight. Lee from Colorado Golf Blog posted it. And then like 5 million other people posted it. And it was just like bing, bing, bing. And I ran the account. He didn't even have Instagram on his phone. I was doing everything. he still to this day, I mean, he has it now, but he doesn't have TikTok, and it's insane. But I was watching this come through, and it was a spectacle. It was like, you know, he was getting 10,000 followers an hour, and it was just boom, boom. And I'm calling him, and he's like, okay, so what? I'm like, dude, you're getting a shit ton of followers. He's like, okay, what do I do? I go, I don't know. I have no idea what to do. I guess we got to go make some videos. He goes, okay, fine, we'll go tomorrow. By the next day, it was at 250,000.
Jeez.
Like, dude, this is a big audience. And it was incredible. The next 5 videos that we filmed them in 12 minutes, 5 videos. And they're the greatest, I believe, still the greatest 5 videos that we've ever done. It was incredible. He did the R. Kelly bump. He showed how to hit a bump and run. And he's like, he's bump and run, not bump and grind. Don't be nasty, R. Kelly. And he hits one over the water of how to hit it over the water. He's like, don't be boosy. I was like, oh, bro, you're fucking hammering it. And then he just walked up to a bunker, and he's like, welcome to Manolo's spring break. And he's in the bunker, and he smacked the sand, he said. And that shit almost went in. And I was like, oh my God, this is it. You just did it. And you can tell they're all in the same green shirt and this stupid Titleist hat. And we just fired away. Boom, boom. And we couldn't miss. And I go, this is how you know that this is like heaven sent, man. Like, you couldn't write these things. We still don't write shit, you know, like, it's just, what do you think about this? What can I say to be funny? And then like, we just kind of, I don't know. We kind of just spit it out. We just spitball. And he's like, I like that. I like that. I like that. And then he says none of it. And then he just turns it all around, mixes it all together, makes a bunch of incorrect slogans. And then it just comes out perfect. It's magic, man. Incredible. I would love one day to be able to have people come watch how we do it, because, you know, people write these elaborate scripts and like do it over and over and over and over, and they cut it and they edit it. Dude, I hit record. I go 3, 2, 1, boom. And it just explodes. And he just fires it away once, twice. Sometimes we have to do it 3 times. If we have to do it 3 times, it's a disaster, because he'll say an incorrect word or like, you know, curse by accident. It just comes out of fucking shit. And then he's like, oh, I can't say that. So he's got to start over. But yeah, it's crazy, man. It's a crazy ride that we're on. And this is, Manolo is teaching golf because that is the platform that it started. But Manolo will be a superstar, not teaching, but just being. And what we're doing right now is just a little, I mean, like we've done little things with Manolo teaches wine. Manolo teaches, he did this elaborate thing about a club sandwich. That is fucking ridiculous. But he explained how to make the perfect club sandwich and what's in it. And I was like, dude, that's so good. Like, it's so good and so effortless. So that's how I know him. That's what's going on with him. He's got multiple deals right now. Corona, Wilson, we're working on a couple things. We'll be at US Open the whole weekend. He's hosting parties there. And I'm just there with the camera, dude. And I'm just so excited that I was able. I mean, not many people can say this, that you're able to legitimately help someone change their entire life.
For sure.
I was in this game in the beginning to get him clients so that he could make extra money teaching golf. And the fact that this has gone off, I mean, it feels so good for me to know that I've helped somebody achieve what they are supposed to be in life, you know? So that's the whole story with him. And I'm every day I wake up, I'm like, holy shit, man, the dude made it, you know? And I love it. I love it for it. And I'm super excited for him. And his life is made, man. And he's doing what he's supposed to do. And that is so fulfilling for somebody. You know, I like to think that I am doing what I'm supposed to do. I don't think I'm there yet. I think that there's something else that hasn't hit yet. But I know that he's doing what he's supposed to do. So people love him. around the world. I read all the messages. It's unbelievable. He just touches people. Don't be nasty, but it's incredible. It's really, really incredible. I'm super proud of him, and I think that it's right here, and he's gonna do it. And I hope that I'll just drive the car, dude.
Sure.
I'll be right there.
I always love how effortless it was for him, or is for him. I vividly remember the one out of the bunker, his spring break, and then the "Don't be a pussy." That one, I was at work and I like cracked up laughing. I had to like walk to the back room and like calm down. I was like, that's great.
Incredible.
It unreal.
Yeah. It's sissy poos. Don't be sissy poosy. It's just so natural. And like, that's the way that we speak to each other. So it's not like, we're not high. I think that's what makes it great is like when we're out there doing whatever, that's how we talk to each other. Like this whole nasty perro, sick perro thing. Like that's what each one of us has a thing that you're a sick perro, like it's crazy. Like you're the kind of vato that goes into like a locker room with no sandals on and then like gets the fungus between your feet. Like you're a sick perro. You're a nasty you go to a gentleman's club for the gentleman, dog. You're a sick, nasty perro. So like, it's just us. It's just us being us. And it's great that people have appreciated that, it's really, really fun.
Yeah, I remember I reposted one and it was like 2,000 followers, and I was like, "Wow, this is like a hidden gem." And then all of a sudden, I looked again, and it was like 100K.
Oh, it happened overnight, bro. I was
like,
literally in the barbershop getting my haircut, and Jesse, my barber, is watching, and he's like, "That's 10,000. That's 20,000." It was 10,000 a minute. Like, think about that. That's people investing in you. Even if it's just a little follow, they're investing in you at 10,000 people per minute. Like it was insane. I couldn't catch my breath from it. It was great. But just like Manolo, that's what makes this Tropicana so crazy. I mean, we got like Gabagool, we got Manolo, we have so many guys. We got Boyo, we got a guy named Robbie. Like I can't even explain it how all these people have congregated and they all seem to be characters, but it's all them. Like Gabagool's not a character. Like it's just them. Everybody plays a role. That's what I think makes this thing so strong. I don't have anything to do with it. I'm just there. I just hold the camera and I go, be you. And just like Manolo, I think a lot of people are going to get where they belong and where they should be through this platform of Tropicana. I really do think that he's not going to be the only one. I think people have talent, that they have entertaining talent, and they know how to entertain people. And like Lars Lewis. Do you know Lars Lewis?
The name sounds familiar.
He's a broadcaster from northern New York, and he's called High School Games and Professional Hockey Games. And he just did our match play thing. He's got a very deep professional voice. Ladies and gentlemen of Lars Lewis, he's marvelous. He's the greatest. Look him up. It's the greatest voice I've ever heard. Joe Buck and Harvey, whatever the hell, and even Vince Scully. He's right there, bro. And I'm telling you, it's just going to take people to listen and go, oh, I'd like that. It's professional. It's 1965 wide world of sports. Like it's great. I mean, he's great. So I think more and more and more, these people are going to be exposed and they're going to come to us for that. And they provide entertainment for everybody else too. There's guys that just exist and they're just there, and, they have a 9 to 5 and they just want to come out and have a good time. And these guys are there for them and they just provide such a good time. And I want people to be where they're supposed to be and get where they're supposed to get. And if I can make that happen, or I can help make that happen, man, that's so rewarding for me.
Mm-hmm.
Like I wish I could help everybody do that. So you're going to see more of it for sure. It's coming. More people will be passed down the Tropicana pipeline, and they're going to explode out the other side, and people are going to be like, wow, he was right. So keep an eye on that.
And I'm super excited for what you guys are going to do. Like I said, I'm here for it. When you messaged me, I actually had to like pull over and like read it, because I was like, there's no way. I screenshotted it and sent it to Derek, and Derek called me. He's like,
Yeah.
dude, don't screw this up. I was like, you did not let me touch my phone then.
I
So
don't
again,
do any podcasts. I don't do any podcast, but I saw that you had an affiliation and a relationship with Odin, and Jordan is a guy that I really respect. He's a hustler, but he's a hustler in a professional way.
yes.
He's willing to give anything a shot, and those are the guys that I respect. Throw a lot of rocks, and you're going to break a window. That's how I end. I'll try anything. I don't give a damn. And if it fails, at least you weren't a pussy. You tried it. So I know that if he's in line with you guys are all right. And I don't do a lot of these because I don't know. It may seem like I like to talk a lot, but I don't want to tell everybody the same story. You see these guys that go on every podcast, it's the same goddamn story on everything. When I have something to say, I'll say it,
Sure.
And I think we were at a good time because we had the Vegas thing going on and everything else that's going on, and the clubs blowing up. So I want people to know about it. And I want people to know that if you come to Tropicana, it's not golf, really. I mean, like literally we have a softball team. We're going to start tennis as it starts warming up here. We have like personal events, like people invite each other. Hey, I got my birthday. Like, let's go do this. Golf is just an excuse, like we're not pro golfers. Who gives a shit? I don't give a shit if you shoot 112 or 62. Like I don't care. As long as you're cool, you're cool. Yeah, we have a lot of golf events because golf is the avenue that lets us spend the most time together instead of sitting in a bar for 4 hours. At least we're doing something outdoors and fun and competitive and this and the other. So I want that. I want people to have that in their life. I want them to have this gang mentality that we have, gang loosely, not, whatever. It's a gang. Like we're there for each other. And the whole family thing, like, I have family that who cares? I don't even like them, but everybody likes each other here and we got each other's back. So it's not a family, it's a gang, and I want people to experience that because golf alone sucks. Playing by yourself is terrible. And living alone sucks. Like it's good to have a big network of people and events to go to where you just have to show up, man. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to call people and make sure they're coming. You don't have to like check in and make reservations and this. I do all that for you. You just show up and have a good time, have a beer, calm down. I got it all under control. And that's important to me. So I wanted to share that with the people. And, I think that this is a good avenue to do it. And I'll bring some exposure to you guys as well and vice versa, because I think that we both are on the same platform of helping people.
Yeah, it's all about growing the game, whether it's as a club, as a podcast, individuals, groups, whatever, right? It's the same goal, different avenues. Obviously, you're making it, which is super fun to see, and hopefully we continue to see you grow and everything. I think you're on the right track though.
I appreciate that, man. And maybe when you have an event, maybe sometime, maybe you invite me. I don't know. Something. I'm just saying. Maybe I get an invite. I'm hoping.
Well, maybe we'll do one close to you next time.
Come down. We'll do it proper. We'll have a great time. We have lots of connections here in LA, and I can fill your roster in 5 minutes. So
we know a lot of guys in LA too, and we just kind of like San Francisco. Jordan's from that area, so it just kind of made sense. But yeah, I don't know. We know a handful of guys in that area as well. So I think between the people we know and then the Tropicana crew, we'd easily fill it.
100%. We'd love to help you.
Well, maybe next time we'll twist Jordan's arm a little bit. Make it in LA.
Twist it a little harder. He deserves it.
Jimmy, thank you for coming on. Again, I'm sorry Derek couldn't be here, but I'm sure Derek's going to listen and just cry because he's so excited.
I tell him to use some mouthwash once in a while. Get those things out of.
I called him and he's like, yeah, it's from all the acidic stuff I eat. I was like, stop it.
What is that?
I don't know.
What could you eat? Drinking battery acid?
Lemons? I don't know.
He's eating lemons.
I've never seen him eat a lemon.
It's a weird gentleman. Oh, look, I hope he feels better. I hope you feel better. When you want to come to Southern California, I'll trim that whole thing out. I mean, I won't, but I'll have my guy trim you up proper. You'll walk out of there looking like Brad Pitt. Or maybe
pretty nice.
Maybe his brother, Stu Pitt. Gotcha, bitch.
Not falling for that.
Listen, my brother, thank you for having me on. I appreciate you. And I appreciate your podcast. And thank you for shining a little light. And I hope that we can work together soon in something.
For sure. Absolutely. I'm always down.
Cool. All right, brother. Appreciate it.
Absolutely. Thanks for coming on.
Okay. Take care.
Yeah. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.